How to make corner ruins and rubble piles for your wargaming table. Hi there, it's Chris from Goodness Scenery, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how I made this, how I made this, and how I made this. Different bits of scattered terrain to fit into the slots on my modular wargaming board. Let's get into how I did it. Start making some very simple corner ruins. I'm taking one of my base pieces which is already done, one that's not a full piece, just a little bit broken. And I've taken a random bit of 10mm foam here, and what I'm going to do is simply create a corner here with this all a little bit broken. Now, to begin with this, if you're lucky enough like me to have a hot wire cutter and an angle cutter, then this is a lot easier. And logically, absolutely do not have to do this in the way that I'm doing it. But if you can, then you do. So this needs to be about that big. So if I put this through at this angle, it's going to cut off a 45-degree angle. Okay. So a 45-degree angle there, so that'll be one bit, and let's say that's going to be along here. So we'll have it be something like that. And it's going to join up on the other side to this piece there, that piece there. Far too big, so let's put a line that's going to snap it, and then from here we can make it into whatever we want to, really. Now, I've made a few ruins already just as kind of test pieces, and I know that there's going to be bricks which are 10 centimeters high and 20mm wide, so I want to get some of them on there. So that's likely to form definitely the bottom layer. So do marks every 10mm and do the same on here, right here. I'm going to do this bit first. First of all, I think this is too high, so cut that off. Do a line, just do another line, and then what after that? I mean, it could just be bricks joining with us, not particularly interesting. So how about at the edge here, let's have a couple of windows that exist here. So we'll have one like that, and then we'll have one slightly further over like that. Now lines can go thusly. And we can join these lines up here so we know that our brickwork continues on. Okay, that's what we like. And we need some, let's draw these bricks on. So every 2 centimeters, I'm just using the mat here for that. And then we'll start with one that's 1 centimeter here, and 2, and 2 like that. And then from there on up, I'm going to follow the verticals, so every other one. So on that one, not on that one, on this one, not on this one. Finishing up the brick weave, so it'll end up looking like, I'm going to draw the lines underneath, and that way we can do the other side as well, because we are going to see both sides of the ruin. It's nice if they all match up nicely. I may cut some bricks out of it to add some completeness. Now we can do the bricks on the other side. There we go, like that. Do need to cut these windows out now. What I find is easiest with windows is if you, curved windows, is if you do the straight bit first, and then you can get rid of that, and then you've got some working room for the rest of it. So you can just form cuts going right up to the line here, and then they can cut away like that. Where the foam can compact, you can then just use a finger or something just to curve it out, so it ends up looking pretty decent and pretty simple as well. It's going to square up the bottom of the window on the reverse side just to make it look better, like that. And it just feels not broken enough, so let's get rid of this brick here, get rid of this bit here. What else? I'm going to lose this top bit here entirely, and I'm going to lose this top brick. See how this is looking. This needs to, so I'm going to lose this brick here and this one in the middle here, and then snap that off. And I think I'm fairly happy with that. I can, of course, do the lines on the outside of the bricks as well. Let's cut out this brick here, in fact, and this one here. I think that looks pretty decent. So next up, I'm going to simply glue this together So a bit of hot glue down the angle here, get it on a flat surface, trust that that's a 45-degree angle, line it up and hold it. A few seconds later, there we go. So now I'm going to glue it down onto the base. Just going to set it in slightly from the edge, hold it down, and then seconds later it is glued. So now that is stuck in place, I'm going to put a base coat on. The base coat for the buildings is going to be this very light yellow colour. So I'm going to slap this on, trying not to go onto the base. There's going to be rubble and bits put down on the around the edge of the building, so it's not the end of the world if we get a bit of paint on the ground. And this is what it looks like with the base coat on. So I'm going to leave that to dry. I am Jazz. Okay, the paint's dry now. You can see that the colour has been toned down by the black foam, and now we're going to dry brush this in white. And that will get it to the colour that we really want it to be. And we have it. It's got a little ruin here. It's going to take some PVA glue and going to place it, spread it all around there, and then along this edge here. Don't actually mind getting some on the walls, actually be encouraged in fact. Take our rubble and just can crumble it. Now, I'm not going to do this on the outside bit, but on the inside here. This is some watered down PVA. Give that a good soaking. Now I'm going to take the greystone flock that we used originally, and then I'm just going to sprinkle some of this on. Not a lot, just enough to provide some variety. So we'll come back to that once it's dry. So here is that corner ruin in all of its glory, in place on the board. Nice and simple, versatile. You can match it up with other ones that you have on the board, or you can just have slots completely open, just like that. So I had a friend of mine 3D print this very simple archway shape for me. So I'm going to go 2 centimetres in, and then what this has got on it is a little ridge which helps to kind of hold that in place. So I'm going to cut out those archways, but I'm going to try and cut some corners here, pun not intended because they're not corners, by having these stacked on top of each other. Next I'm going to make some rubble piles. So these are going to be pretty simple to make. So these are going to start off with, these are offcut from something, that's an offcut from something. And to begin with, and take a knife and just make them a bit more angularly interesting, shall we say. Something along the lines of that. And with this one, definitely want to flatten this out a bit more. Something along the lines of that. What's going to happen is that this smaller one here is going to form the centre of this one, and this one here is going to form the centre of this one. And from here, it's a couple of small piles rather than a little bit too straight in places. Okay, happy with that. So we're going to form the centre there, and essentially what's going to happen is, all I'm going to do is make bricks like these ones here. I'm going to use the bits I've just cut off as well, and I'm going to stack them up around. And then with these archways that I've previously cut those into pieces as well, and that's the basic process we're going to go to. And for bricks, we know that we're using 10mm foam, so any 10mm foam is absolutely fine. So I've just got a bit here, and then line it up with my mat here, and then just cut off some 20mm bricks. Those are going to form bricks, which we are then going to roll with tin foil, 2 maybe 3 sides of it. And then with our archways here, I'm going to kind of half do it properly. Just going going to eyeball where these archway bricks would be. I'm doing remarkably well considering I'm doing it at speed. Maybe this is the way to do it. Just don't bother measuring, just something like that. And then probably the same on the next one. And then again, just eyeballing bricks here. Gentle tinfoil thingy. I'll be fine. And go back to our things here and just cover the bottom of that in glue. And I'm going to put it fairly off centre and actually overlapping the edge as well. I'm going to put it right away there. And these ones, this is one of my good enough scenery things that I've been thinking about for a while, but essentially I am making it up as I go along, which is fine. Leave those to set just a bit. Made some more bricks and I've done some more stuff on the archways here. So now it's time to start having a bit of fun with it. Just randomly, use this one, random stab, snap, snap again, cut those bits off, put them to one side. Random hack at this, pull at it, just, and then let's say there. So the idea is that this was somewhere, let's say it was there. Put a bit of glue there and I can hold that in place for just a little bit. This is basically what we want. We want these broken pieces that are a bit more random. So that is there like that. And then I'm just going to chuck some glue on the back side of it. Right. The idea is just to let it snap somewhere and then allow it to kind of break so you can see what it was maybe. I need to separate this up a bit. When you've got the actual pieces that were part of it, it adds something or other. Maybe it doesn't. I like the idea of having part of it up there, and from there, it's going to stick brick on there, and all that's going to happen really is just a continuation of this kind of thing. So I'm going to chuck a pile of glue there, I'm going to stick a random brick there, continue this on over here, just chuck a load of glue down, pick up a piece, put it down. So steal some glue from this, and this is where the angle of what we've got as a base thing doesn't really matter, because what's going to happen is it's going to get covered up with stuff. Try and make it as ununiform as possible, so I think those look two together. We do want random angles and stuff, and obviously we want this on all of the sides, and it doesn't matter if it overlaps the edge, perhaps even encouraged for it to literally a pile of rubble. I'm just going to flatten this here. That's just so I've got a flat surface to put some on, otherwise the bricks are going to look not quite right. They wouldn't be staying there. So something along the lines of that, I think. Not sure how much. Not right, which is a great sentence. Looks a little bit too not right. Here we go. A random rubble pile thing. I think I might just create something here which looks like it could have once been a building. Just a few bricks which suggest that it once was something very much not something now. Leave that glue to all set, which shouldn't take very long, and I'm going to do a very similar thing with this one here. Okay, with all of this stuck down, we're going to put on our base coat of this creamy colour. I'm just going to slap this on all over, trying to get into all of the details, but we're not overly concerned because there's going to be another stage after this, and if any bits come off, then, and if they're really, you feel like they're important, then it doesn't really matter. It's just slapping this on. You can get down into the gaps as much as you want to, but there's going to be flock and other rubble bits put on top of this. I'm going to move it around from all angles just to kind of check. It is just a base coat and it is getting it covered in stuff. But that'll be fine as a starter. Here, the base coat dry, a little bit of white here, using this bit of foam here is really rubbish palette. So we'll get the excess off. I'm just going to dry brush it. Some pieces still moving. At the end of the world, it can be glued. Something like that. Next up, I'm going to take some PVA glue. I'm just going to place this anywhere I want the rubble bits to stick to. That's what we'll be sticking to this in a minute. So we definitely don't want this everywhere. I do think we want it in quite a few places. Got a good amount of glue down, and we've got our rubble here. Just going to sprinkle this over the top, knowing that some of it's going to miss entirely, know that some of it's going to stick, some of it's not going to stick, and just being comfortable with all of that. Just give this a little shake to see what comes off without any effort whatsoever. Everything that's on there right now will not stick, and that's absolutely fine. But we can help ourselves out a little bit with how much sticks. So I'm going to give it a light soaking with a watered down PVA. I'm going to soak all the way through everything, and then with that on there, I'm going to finish it off with some Greystone flock to break up the strawy, stony coloured bit. Back to see that once it has dried. And this is how that little rubble pile turned out. Nice and simple, and as you can see, only if you look very closely can you see the actual block that we put in right at the start. Other than that, it does just look like a fallen pile of rubble. And then there's this one, which I didn't show the full construction of, but you can see how this one has turned out. So I've taken some pieces of archway and put them on the edge and really try to make it look like the building has collapsed in on this side here. I think the combination of the two actually looks really good. So what I've done on this one here is I've done exactly the same sort of thing as I've done on that, but the base of it is just a corner like that, not even a full corner, and that means that we can fill up part of one of these slots. It can't really go anywhere, but it looks like it's a nice rubble pile for that as well. So there you have it, corner ruins and rubble piles for my wargaming table. Obviously, really not the most difficult thing in the world to make, but it really makes a difference to how the board plays, because without them, it would just be open ground. So I really hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you have, then please leave a comment below. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and as really hope you've enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you have done, then please hit like, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment, let me know what you think about the project as a whole, good or bad, and also, thanks very much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed the video, taken some ideas from it, taken some inspiration, and maybe you're going to be having a go at some of your own rubble piles and corner ruins. Please leave any comments that you might have, good or bad. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and reminding you that when I hit 4,000 subscribers, I will be giving away my Gondor mansion. Oh, and hit the notification bell, because that means that when a new video does pop up, you will get a notification straight away. Catch you for another video soon.